What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a good day. All right, so stuff to talk about. You read the title correctly. Keefe D is completely in court in jail because of his own damn self. Let's give a shout out to everybody that dropped a comment before we even started. Somebody named Midworth. Shout out to Midworth. All right, boom. Let's get to it real quick. I'm going to go right into the show because I don't know how long the show is going to be because I don't know how long this battery is going to load out. You already know I got situations with my phone right now. So apparently, I'm going to explain this. I'm not going to slow walk this, but I'm going to be as transparent as possible, and so you can get all the information that I have on the situation. So we had somebody in the chat earlier that explained it. Obviously, they were just using comments, so they wasn't able to, explain all the intricacies of what happened. But basically, what the individual said earlier is what happened. So, okay, I'm gonna explain this. Keefe D. Okay, so you know I'm always telling y'all, Nick, there's mad snitches out there. I'm like, yo, there's mad snitches. So apparently, Keefe D gave a statement about a thing. And in that statement, he had immunity, immunity, pardon me. He had immunity. During this immunity deal, he said some things that aligned him with the Tupac Shakur situation. I'll explain that a little bit later, but hold on. He said some things that aligned him with that investigation. But since he gave this information when he had immunity, they can't charge him. I'm going to explain. What a lot of people probably think is, if I tell them about the crimes with my immunity deal, I can never be charged for that crime no matter what. It doesn't necessarily work that way. So basically what happened is Keefe D did have immunity. Keefe D told them what his role was, I'm assuming. I'm going to explain a little bit later so you're going to understand why I'm assuming that. I'm assuming Keefe D told them exactly what his role was, how he was involved. That's why they haven't been able to find Tupac's killer. Because the information that they got in order to be able to solve the case, they got during a situation where they was giving somebody immunity. We're going to do roll call at the 8-minute mark. Get your comments in. Once again, listen and pay attention. The reason why they could not solve the Tupac Shakur case is because the information that they got that would have helped them solve the case, they acquired it when they were giving somebody immunity. So they weren't able to charge them. The reason why I'm hammering that home is Tupac is Tupac. If they gave somebody immunity and found out information on Tupac, how many of y'all got relatives that ain't here no more? How many of y'all got relatives that ain't here no more? The police probably got information to solve the crime. Not even the police, the DA. This ain't the police situation. This is the DA. The DA maybe has the information to solve the crime, but they can't use it. Now, Keefe D is the best example of why I keep telling y'all, and there's a lot of people that this has happened to. Y'all go do these interviews and people interview y'all and they don't care whether you go to jail or prison based off of that interview. They let you say whatever you want in that interview, then they publish everything. So basically what happened was Keefe D was in the clear. But when he started giving interviews and he started exposing the information to the public, that opened the case back up. He already told them what his role was. He already told them what happened. Let's do roll call right now, 5-minute mark. Shout out to First Class Empire, salute. He says Bronx Frost, salute, 100. That's what it is. Shout out to Guns. He says salute Frost, peach and much blessings. Be healthy. You too, my brother. Yo, look, I'm gonna say this real quick because you made that comment. Y'all guys pull up to the super chat. Y'all guys been, pardon me, y'all guys been pulling up to the Cash App. Y'all guys been pulling up to the PayPal. Y'all guys been pulling up to all of the things. I've been eating a lot better. You can see it on me. You can see it. You can see it on me. I've been eating a lot better, and you can see it. So shout out to the BBN community. Y'all been pulling up. Y'all been instrumental. What up, Bounce? He says, better bring your ass. I'm here. So listen and pay attention. Keefe D has been indicted, just so we could be clear, for the murder of Tupac Shakur. They're saying that he was the guy that put everything together. He was the shot caller. He wasn't the trigger man, but he was the shot caller. In Arizona, you get the same time. So this dude was in the whole clear. In the clear. But since he had to write a book, or, had a book written, it was because he thought he had immunity. Do you get it? The reason why he's been so reckless, the reason why he's been talking, is because he thought he had immunity, and they couldn't charge him no matter what. I'm going to explain something to you. If during his, when they was breaking it down, when he was giving the information, if at any point, and I want to be clear about this for the ones that don't get it, if he left anything out, when he went and did those interviews, if he said anything during those interviews that he left out, shout out to Breaking News. He says that's crazy. The truth will always come to light. Facts, fam. What have I been saying for the longest? Sometimes you got to let the lie live. It was in Nevada, Arizona, whichever state it was. The thing I said still applies. Thank you, Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, it was in Nevada. Don't ask me why I get Nevada and Arizona confused all the time. It might have to deal with that movie, Raising Arizona. Go check that movie out. It was funny as shit. It was classic fucking... It's probably one of the best performances by Nick Cage, I think. It's probably one of Nick Cage's best performances. Go watch Raising Arizona. Shout out to Trevor. Shout out to the Few. Go watch Raising Arizona. That's probably one of Nick Cage's best performances. The movie just levels of absurdity. Anyway, so I'm about to say something and I need y'all to pay attention. I'm about to say something and I need y'all to pay attention because this is what might have happened. So he's been doing mad interviews. He doesn't even have to have said something that was true. He could have just said something that could have been a lie. And they could have just decided to investigate. I'm going to say that again. They don't know. They don't know when he's in the interview what he's saying. If he's saying something that he didn't disclose to them is 100% true or not. I believe, and this is opinion, I believe that's why they went and searched his home. Because he said something that he didn't disclose to them. I believe that's why they searched his home. Upon them finding the thing, I was scratching my back, fam. The fucking, for some strange reason, you know, the damn tag. I don't know what this was. So just so we could be clear, he doesn't necessarily had to have necessarily been telling the truth. He could have just been telling a lie. And then they was like, wow, the evidence, let's go check him out. And you do understand this, right? So, just so we could be clear, Keefe D basically dug his own grave. He's putting himself in jail. He's 50 years old right now. Would they say 60? I think he's 60 years old right now. And he just put himself in jail. Yeah, he was doing all those interviews. He kept incriminating himself. But he couldn't. Okay, so he already spoke to the police and gave a statement under oath, I'm assuming, because he had immunity. So he literally had immunity. Literally. So what I believe happened is this, and I could be wrong. A lot of y'all street niggas don't understand the law at all. Y'all think the law revolves around street politics. So that's why often when I'm having a discussion with street niggas, and I'm talking about real street niggas, often when I'm having a discussion with real street niggas, it seems that the street politics is sometimes, not all the times, and it's not every time, just so we can be clear, just, you know, every once or so often when I'm the person I'm talking to, they conflate or they confuse, they confuse the law with the politics of the street. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened to dude. I would not be surprised if that's what happened to dude. Oh, I got immunity. So that means that I can't be charged for this crime. No, you only have immunity when you tell every single thing. Everything. You have to break down every detail. If you leave a detail out, they can bring the case back up. I'm going to say this again for those that don't get it. If you leave a detail out, they can bring the case back up. You have to tell them every single detail. So if he went on an interview and he lied, didn't even tell the truth, he lied, that would give them reason. That's information he didn't tell us. That would give them reason to go search his home, to get a search warrant. Look, Judge, this is a guy we're looking at right now for age-old crime or whatever the case is, a 20-year-old, however long it was, crime. And I think it was like 25 years or something like that. I forget how long it was. It was a long time ago, obviously. Crime. And so we gave him immunity, but he didn't tell us everything, Judge. And so we want to make sure, you know, we need to, you know, go do our due diligence, and we need to, you know, cross all our T's and dot all our I's, and we need to go look at his computers. We need to go, he's been writing books and everything else. We need to go look at what evidence that he might have that might be able to support this new information that we have that he never told us about when we debriefed him, when we deposed him. If he get 10 years, that's a death sentence. He's not going to get 10 years. Anything he gets for this, you think they're going to find him guilty of killing Tupac and give him 10 years? You think that judge want to get lynched? You think that judge want his house set on fire? Tupac been dead for how many years and still got people trying to copy off of him? This nigga the Black Elvis. Tell me where I'm wrong. This dude is the Black Elvis, fam. He's been dead for how many years and people are still trying to copy off of him, emulate him, dress like him. His style is from the 90s and people are still trying to dress like him. I used to have a homeboy. People used to say he looked like Tupac. I have no idea why. Oh, he had no game. So that's what happened. He had no game. He looked just like Tupac though, except for his, his mouth was messed up. But other than that, he looked just like Tupac damn near. He used to try to wear the do-rag with the tie in the front and everything. I'm not even capping. Shout out to him. He wasn't like my homeboy, like we were super close. We was friends through a friend through a friend. You understand what I'm saying? But we would be in the same area a lot. He's a cool dude. No, he's a cool dude. I don't want it to make it sound like he's not cool. He's a cool dude. Breaking news says they have to go back to the books 27 years ago, whatever that law said. It's murder. You think 27 years ago, 10 years was the murder thing? Like, I'm telling you right now, they was only given 10 years for murder in the 90s. There would have been a lot more people murdering people. And there are people that did murder and only got 10 years. So I guess that's what you're trying to say. But I don't think that that's going to happen in this particular case. We're talking about Tupac Shakur. We're talking about a person that's allegedly, or if you want to say it the way that they're probably going to make it sound like, been running from the law or running from the responsibility, taking responsibility for this particular thing. And Tupac Shakur's family has already come out and been like, yo, and rightfully so. They've been like, yo, they've been waiting for X amount of years for them to do something about this, yada, yada. They've been going off. They've been, they're traumatized, BK says that man about to start telling the feds everything he knows. He's been around. Dude, he's going to sell everybody up the river. And I promise you, everybody knows that already. I promise you, everybody knows that. The dude couldn't stop. The dude talked himself into prison. You think he's not going to tell on another nigga? First of all, you do know what they're going to do, right? There's a good chance, first of all, going back to what Breaking News was saying about the 10 years, there's a good chance that if he tells on enough people, he do 0 time. You do know this, right? If he tells on enough people and supplies enough information for them to put together a credible case against somebody who's a big name, he might get no time. I do know this, right? Like, this isn't, I'm not saying something magical at this point, right? I'm not saying something mystical, right? I'm saying something that's rational, right? Right? If you think if he go tell on somebody that's like got $100 million, you don't think they're gonna just let him go? They're gonna take all that, as much money from that, whatever rich nigga he point at, they're gonna try to get as much money out of that bank account as possible. You do know that, right? So I understand if he gets convicted, I don't think he's going to get 10 years. But yes, I do believe that there's a way for him to get out of this altogether. If he just decides he's going to, you know what, I'm going to be the rat. I'm going to be Ratonomics. Yo, somebody put the Cash App in the chat. Like, yo, we're just going to be doing all the ratting. I'm just, fuck it. We're just going to rat today. All of the ratting. Keefe D is in there just telling. First of all, stop killing people. Stop committing crimes. But like I told you, hold on. I was just about to say something. This dude is from the 90s. You want to know the real reason why I believe he told now? Because we're living in a day and age where niggas don't follow the rules. We living in a day. That's why what am I always complaining about? When we talk about the streets, what I'm always complaining about. Nowadays, there's too many weirdos. Y'all don't get the weirdos out of the neighborhood. Isn't that one of the things I'm always complaining about? Keefe D is should be a whole OG, fam. How you start doing what the weirdos do? First of all, we want to find the killer of Tupac Shakur. Don't confuse that. But Keefe D is supposed to be a whole OG type nigga. He from a different era. But we living in this era right now where niggas is just weird, fam. We living in this era now where niggas is just weird, fam. Tell me where I'm wrong. It's the whole era. Y'all let weirdos. I had a dude come up to me. I'm going to say something. So I had a guy come, and this is not a slight on anybody. So any of the people that's involved in this, please don't take this the wrong way. So I had a situation with some young kid that I avoided. I had the father come up to me, and the first thing the father said to me is, yo, my son's not a follower. That's the problem. Not his son, not what he said. The problem is there's too many followers that people think are leaders. This is not talking about that particular situation. I just wanted to explain something. The problem is that we live in an era where there's too many followers, and niggas think that these followers are leaders, but they not. They followers. They hating on somebody else, trying to steal somebody else's swag or whatever the case is, and they followers. They don't got no mind of their own. They just going along to get along. That's it. They just going along to get along. Going along to get along. You can say whatever you want about me, but that ain't my energy, fam. I don't go along to get along. You're not going to get me to agree with some bullshit in order to get you to like me. Fuck it. Don't like me. That's what got Keefe D caught up. And that's the same thing that's getting all these other rappers caught up. And just people in general. Niggas is followers. Don't nobody got their own mind. Somebody could just come up to them and say anything, and they'll just go for it and go with it and run with it. Keefe D was active in the 90s, fam. He's supposed to know better than this. I'm happy that we're getting to the bottom of the Tupac Shakur thing, please, Stu. But Keefe D, he from the 90s, fam. Could we agree that he should know better than this? Am I wrong for thinking that? Please. We want the crime solved. But am I wrong for thinking that Keefe D should know better than this? How the hell you write a book about a rapper getting shot, getting tracked down and shot in a drive-by, when people are looking at you for tracking down and shooting a rapper in a drive-by? You can't script this shit. The audacity. Yo, when the police chief guy, I think that was a police chief guy, whoever the fuck that captain guy, whoever was talking. So he's busy talking. We get to that in a second, breaking news. That's a good point you just brought up. So check this out. Listen, pay attention. The captain or whoever that guy was, sergeant, whoever he was, that was giving the news press conference. The nigga said there's people that were retired. They were retired and came to the press conference. They're not even cops no more. These motherfuckers knew who killed Tupac the whole entire time and couldn't say nothing. There's somebody sitting somewhere thinking we should have killed that nigga. I promise you. I promise you. There's somebody sitting somewhere thinking we should have killed that nigga. I promise you. Now, breaking news just said, oh my God, what about you? Okay, so for everybody that don't know, Tupac was, he died in September of 2096, right? And Biggie passed away. Biggie, passed over in March of 2007, right? What up, Russell? Salute. 2007, right? Right? So that wasn't even October, November, December, January, March. It's 5 fucking months, fam. What up, Tunes? Tupac 96, Biggie 97, right? Am I wrong? What up, Sebastian Tompkins? Tupac 96, Biggie 97. Biggie like March 3rd or some shit like that, right? I don't have the numbers in front of me. I mean, I'm just going off of memory. I just looked at the shit. I breezed through the shit once. I just breezed through it once. Like a cat. I just breezed through it once. Yeah, so Tupac, September 96, March 9th. I was close. What up, Fox? I was close. I said 90. I said two. Well, I wasn't. You know, I didn't mean 2000. I didn't say 07 though. I meant 80. I meant 97. I didn't mean 07. I probably it sound muffled. All right. I'm sounding muffled, but I was saying 97 and I was saying 98. I mean 96 and 97. That's what I was saying. It just sounds muffled. That's what it really sounded like. I sounded that bad. 5 months separating them. Yo, how is jail gonna feel for that guy? He's gonna have to be in PC. So he's not gonna be able to be around any people for the rest of his life except for police. What do y'all think? I think he's not gonna be allowed to be. I think it's not gonna be in his best interest to be around any people except for police. March 9th, 97, Biggie, Tupac, September 7th, 96. That was only a couple of months apart, fam. Shout out to Russell White with the $6 drop. Definitely appreciate you. And we get another drop that, 5 or better because it costs $5 to get into the saloon. We'll start calling the saloon. The boy don't got no new drawers coming in wearing drawers that old folks will. Wait, what? That boy don't got no new drawers coming in. He wearing drawers that other folks wore. The hell? What the heck? I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Is that because I was telling y'all about how I take like too many showers in one day and I be like changing my underwear like 2-3 times a day? Like on a regular? Dude, oh, he don't got no new drawers coming. Oh, yeah, no, nobody's sending him anything. I mean, I think he got a wife. His wife should be sending him stuff. Who takes kids? Yeah. So his wife, just so we could be clear, his wife, is he married? I'm assuming he's married. His wife might be the only people that person could ever be in the same room with him again. What the hell you think is gonna happen? You know how love Tupac is in prison? Oh man. Oh man. Also, I found this out. So apparently, Tupac died after they took out. Tupac passed after they took out one of his lungs. So I think they, he got shot in one of his lungs. And so he was still alive until they took the lung out. When they took the lung out, that's when he died. So, ooh, interesting. They took the lung out. That's when he died. He's like, so whatever's happened with him. But you mentioned the thing. I don't know if I should answer your question. You do a drop and you see the saloon. Now, I don't know if I should answer your question. It sounds more like somebody might want an explanation so they could go try to take my idea and do it somewhere else, which I don't really care. I mean, I made a thing. It is what it is. But no, it's something you need to see, and more than that. So it happens when we get donations. It costs $5 to get into the saloon, so it's $5 and up. And we generally do it with the Cash App, not the Super Chat. Or the PayPal. Cash App or the PayPal, not the Super Chat. I could see them breaking Biggie's situation. I could see Biggie's case being broken now. I could see that happening. I could 100% see information come out. People gonna start getting snitched on or whatever the case is, and I could see some information being given to the police that might help them with the Biggie murder. It's always been my assumption, and I'm assuming everybody else's, that if you solve one of the murders, you solve the other one. Right? Am I the only one that thinks that? Anybody else thinks that? Drop some for us in the chat. I always assume that when the police solve one of these, the Biggie or the Tupac, they're gonna just solving the other crime is just gonna fall into their lap. That's what I've always assumed. That's what I assume. Come on, it's Friday night. Shout out to Russell White with the $6 drop. Who's next? It's Friday night. Come on, let's go. I haven't even been doing Tonight shows. I didn't even put Tonight Show. I was supposed to put a Tonight Show with Jack Frost, and I forgot to put the Tonight Show. I just put the title with a thing. So that's good. It's not really a Tonight Show tonight because for reasons. It's coming soon. The everything is coming, so it's all good. So I always assume when they solve one crime, they're gonna solve the other. That's just what I assume. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. It seems like Sebastian Tompkins feels that way. Bounce Channel, he feels that way. Or she feels that way. That's how I always felt. I guess let's, pay attention to some of the people that was in the music industry back in that day and age. Just pay attention to how they moving now, I guess. You know what I'm saying? See what they do now that this information has came out. I'm curious. If Biggie name comes up, put it like this. If Puff Daddy has zero to do with this, and I'm not saying that he does, I just want to be clear on this. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy to be like, yo, it's Puff, go look at him. We don't know any of that. We're talking about what's happening. Sheesh, wouldn't that be a dope-ass trial for me to go to? So if Puff Daddy had zero to do with this would be a great time. Like if I was his publicist or some shit, this would be a great time for him to go speak, go do some interviews, bring up Biggie, talk about Biggie, try to get Biggie streams up. This would be the perfect time. But that's if he had nothing to do with anything. Like if he really had nothing to do with it, this would be the perfect time for him to go do the whole Breakfast Club, go talk to everybody. Breakfast Club, Gilly and Wallow, Drink Champs. This would be the perfect time for him to do the whole thing. Perfect time. This would be the perfect time. Let's see what he does. Because, obviously, with Biggie Smalls being mentioned, I would say look at Suge Knight also, but he's locked up in jail. Like, he's not going to be able to go and do anything. But, yeah. Yeah. This would be if he had nothing to do with anything, obviously. I'm talking about only from that perspective. Like there's nothing. Like, even if he had nothing to do with anything, but let's say there was a situation here and a situation there that might make it look shifty, then no, don't go talk to nobody. But if he had nothing to do with anything, if there's nothing that can track anything back to him, if he had nothing to do with anything, if this was really just some shit where he just woke up in the middle of the night and found out it happened, then yeah. You gotta go do the circuit. You gotta go around. You gotta go talk to everybody. You gotta go talk to everybody. Definitely, R.I.P. Pac. You gotta go talk to everybody. But if he had anything to do with anything, then no, you can't speak to anybody. You gotta become a mute. You gotta keep everything to yourself. But if he can go out there and, like I said, speak to people about this particular situation, even talk about the loss of Tupac, the loss of Biggie, those guys are always going to be together. They always going to be mentioned in the same breath, damn near. If he could go talk about that loss, he could get the streams up on Biggie, Tupac obviously also, and he might work. It might help his QR rating, like his public rating. You know what I'm saying? You don't never know. Sebastian Tompkins says, my thing is, why wait for so long? Okay, I'll explain again, because you wasn't here earlier. That's why. And this gives me the opportunity to explain again, because I should be explaining again by now. So basically what happened is Keefe D had gotten an immunity. He had gotten immunity. So he told them everything that he had involved in this particular case. He was given immunity. What happened was when he started going out there and telling everybody about everything and talking about everything and whatnot, that created a situation where now the police can go and, get a search warrant for his home. After they got the search warrant for their home, a couple of things turned up. Now, what I'm assuming is he didn't tell them everything. That's what I'm assuming. And because he didn't tell them absolutely everything, they were able to then say, well, you didn't tell us everything, so we're going to open the case back up. You lied to us. But I need for y'all to understand this. Even if he told them 100% of everything, if he went and did interviews and exaggerated or lied, that would still give them reason to reopen the case or to go get some how do you say, search warrant for his home or search warrant for something, because he didn't tell us that. He told us something else. So he could have literally lied. So he could have literally lied, and then brought all this shit on him. Weirdest nigga ever, fam. Got away with a murder and just the telltale heart. That's all I could say. Telltale heart, fam. Go look that up when y'all get a chance. Edgar Allan Poe. No, that absolutely was karma. That is karma. That is karma. That. Yes, absolutely. Usually people use that wrong. But no, that is what we call karma. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like the word ironic. People use it wrong more than they use it right. No, ironic really just applies to using a word that's supposed to mean something else, but it means something else. That's literally like, people use ironic incorrectly. And I'm sure someone else knew, not just him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a ton of people knew what happened, but he was the one who got deposed. He's the one that gave, I guess, a deposition and got the immunity. I have no idea why I'm having a problem with word. He was the one who got the immunity. He's the one that got to deal with the police. That's like someone eating shit off a plate. They're going to get sick. That's karma. Well, I don't really want to get into the semantics of what karma is or isn't, just so we can be clear. Because that's just, But people use karma wrong more times than they use it right. That's all I'm going to say. You used it, at least to my knowledge, correctly. And I'm going to leave it at that. But people use the word karma wrong more than they use it right. A lot of times people try to use the word karma like they'll do something to cause for something bad to happen to another person on purpose. And then they say that that's karma. That cannot be karma. You understand what I'm saying? If you're searching out a person to go do evil to them, that's not karma. What the karma is when you trying to do evil to somebody else and that shit reverberates back on you and people start seeing you for who you are, then your karma come. But you going out looking, chasing a person down to make sure that they have a bad day, that's not their karma. That's just you being evil. That's it. Karma is literally something that somebody brings onto themselves. Like he just did. He brought that onto himself. Nobody tried to search him out. Nobody tried to make him do or say a thing. He just decided to on his own. And then the energy reverberated back to him. Now he's in jail. That's karma. At least that's the way that I look at it. But people use it wrong more times than they use it right. People would just be doing evil shit. And they'd be like, yo, that's karma. That ain't karma, man. You just a bad person. That's all. You're just a bad person. It's not karma. Get karma all the time? Little kids. When you tell them don't do something and they do it anyway, then they get hurt. That's karma. Anything else y'all want to talk about this real quick? Anything else y'all want to speak on? because I'm only talking about the Tupac situation, and then I'm out of here. Anything else y'all want to talk about involving this Tupac Shakur situation? Did I say to drop anything into the Cash App yet? I'm not sure if I did that. If you enjoyed any of this conversation, you could always pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. Also, we got articles, our merch pinned. Customer service is great. Appreciate you. Also, we have our merch pinned. Go check out our merch. Real quick, I'll tell you some of the pieces that we have pinned. We have the Morning Coffee Classic Tee. We have the We a Culture News Premium Ring Spun Cotton T-shirt. We have the Team Green, it's supposed to say Green Team, Classic Tee Crew Neck Comfort T-shirt. We have the BBN Apparel in Pink, I Am Him Hoodie Classic Pullover. We have the Green Team Classic Pullover Hoodie. The BBN Apparel I Am Him Fire Hoodie in both green and blue. We have multiple colors. They go burgundy. We have the BBN I Am Him Hoodie Classic Pullover. That the gray one. We also have the fire, and I think that's black. We have the Icy Queens Pixie Series 2 bucket hat. We have the BBN Trucking Series all over print men's swim trunks. I promise you, if you look at the back of those trunks, you're going to want to buy them. And I promise you, ladies, if when you look at the back of that trunks, you're going to want to buy, you might want to buy those for yourself if you see the back. But you definitely want to buy that for your husband. Shout out to we also have the Green Team Series 3 Toddler Classic Tee. Now we got some mugs. We got the Green Team mug. It's multiple different colors, but there we have the baby blue one. We have the Green Team backpack. Once again, multiple colors. But we got the white one, Green Team Series 3 mug, multiple colors once again. All of these things have multiple colors. Green Team duffel bag, Green Team shower curtain, Green Team Series 3 mug. We got it's in red, and a Green Team Series 3 tote bag. So you could always pull up and cop some merch. That's always a good look. I'm over here, I'm sweating because I'm not literally sweating. I'm saying like, figuratively. I'm sweating because I am very anxious to to get this computer. I'm very anxious. Very, very anxious to get the computer. Anyway. Anything else anybody want to talk about real quick? If not, I want to go do some brain games. I always play brain games like on my phone and shit like that, but I haven't been playing them like in the last couple of years. I think I'm going to get back to playing my brain games. I always play brain games and things like that so I could, work out the brain, obviously. And I think I have been lacking on the brain games that I generally play like on my phone or whatever. So I think I'm going to have to get back to those. Everybody should be doing things that help to raise your mental acuity at all times. Well, not at all times, obviously. You got to sleep, eat shit. And some of us actually have loved ones or spouses, so, sex. So you're not going to be playing you're not going to be playing brain games in any of those instances. With that being said, is there anything else that y'all want to talk about this? Anything y'all want to ask me about? Anything that you want to tell me? Anything that you want to tell me, anything that you think that we need to talk about a little bit more on this subject. If not, I'm going to get up out of here and I'm going to let y'all go. But I'm going to give y'all a second to put it into the chat. I want to stay on topic. I don't want to talk about anything else. Just give me y'all a second. That's it. We done. I guess I'll do a real quick wrap up to go out with, and then we out of here. So basically, Keefe D, is it Keefe D or Keefe D? Anyway, Keefe D is now Dion says, do you think Vlad's interview 100% got him jammed up? The just so we could be clear, the police said that with the help of, you know, the people that were interviewing him also. You do know that, right? Oh, I didn't say that part. My apologies. So the police have said that basically, you know, at least one person who interviewed him helped them. So who has Keefe D been interviewing with? Y'all know who he been interviewing with? Has he been interviewing with anyone else other than Vlad? What up, Prime Time? Has he been interviewing with anyone else other than Vlad? Because they said that. Real talk. Dude, he wrote a book about a rapper getting followed around and shot in a drive-by or some shit like that. And if I remember correctly, he's been saying that the dude that actually pulled the trigger, he's been calling that dude name for years. But that guy's, you know, he's gone now. But he's been calling that dude name for years, haven't he? I don't know if he got interviews. Well, if he got interviews unreleased, the police wouldn't know about it. This is an interview. This is an interview that was published online. So it's definitely an interview that was published online. It's not an interview that did not get published. It's an interview that got published online. So nah, he probably got unreleased video interviews. I have unreleased interviews because I thought, you know, people said things in the interview that it was just like, and then they say another thing, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna be that guy. Now, if you come on my show and you start talking about some absolute bonkers shit, then yeah, I'm just gonna let you just have to live with your decision. Some rappers say can't blame Vlad for them telling their stories. You know how people come in here and they ask me questions in order to try to get me to say something that I would not normally say? Think about that. When you say some rappers say you can't blame Vlad because they're just telling their story. Think about that part. Now, people come in here and they ask me questions in an attempt to get me to say something that I would just not normally say because it's not something that I think or believe, or it's just not something I think about. You understand what I'm saying? But they try to get me to say something that I would not normally say, and then they try to say, they try to then pretend like that's who I am as a person. So I don't know if you can say that the interviewer, especially in Vlad's case, is completely blameless But what I will say is, we all know what Vlad does. So if you're going on Vlad's show and you're talking about crimes that you are actually involved in, then yes, it is your fault. And that's why I don't get mad at Vlad, and that's why I don't blame Vlad. It is 100% your fault. What up, KJ? Exactly. If you go on Vlad and you talk about a crime that you are a part of that has not been, litigated, that hasn't come to a conclusion, that you can still be held responsible for, I cannot blame Vlad. So I agree with you on that. But I can't say that the reason why these guys are saying things that they should not say, I can't say that Vlad is blameless. Did you see what he did to Sarah Molina? Oh boy, she was stupid. She went on Vlad's show because she, 9 times out of 10, I believe, because she wanted to bash Tekashi 6ix9ine, and she went on there and she did it, but it really just made her look stupid. She went on there and was reading his paperwork that was sent to Vlad by her people. So I don't know what to tell you. I have no idea what to tell you. Exactly, J Mac. Vlad knows what he's doing. Exactly. But you think anybody's going to be mad at Vlad if the Tupac case gets solved? Nobody's going to be mad at Vlad. Primetime says, I agree. He definitely wants them to tell those stories. And Sarah definitely played her, but I'm assuming you're saying herself. Oh, she did. Sarah Molina made it so that if you're a rapper, the smartest thing you can do is steer clear of her. And it's not because you're scared about her telling the police. That's a total 180 she did. Like, I know there's stuff I can't say, and there's stuff that I won't say. But what I will say is this. By her doing that, she didn't help herself in no regard. J Max says he know exactly what to say when people accuse him of setting people up. Vlad is playing chess. Vlad is playing 3-dimensional chess. Vlad is playing that damn game. Y'all might not know that movie. Okay, fuck it. I'm saying a different game now. Vlad is playing that chess that they play on Star Wars. That's the chess he's playing. So there's a movie that I just watched, and they were playing some kind of oh shit. That wasn't a movie. That was motherfucking One Piece. So they was playing some kind of Chinese checkers or some shit like that in One Piece. I think it was Othello. I'm not 100% sure. Primetime says, J Mac, you keeping it 100, bro. He never goes into his people's neighborhood and be like, hey, who committed this robbery? How you feel about rappers claiming success off other rappers? I don't understand what you mean by that, Bounce. Explain, please. If you are enjoying any aspect of the show, you could always pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and on PayPal. I don't understand what you're saying, Bounce. Explain. Bounce said, how you feel about rappers claiming success off of other rappers? I don't know what you mean. I need you to explain. I'm confused. I need you to explain. I don't understand what you mean by that. Well, he covers a lot of rappers, but he do also wait, no. He had that mobster on there spilling his beans, right? I don't think that's fair. He makes content for our community. How much in our community want to know about? How many people in our community want to know about white criminals? Vlad makes content for our community. How many people in our community want to know about white criminals? How many people in our community is turning to Vlad to listen to, some white crime? If a rapper gains success, other rappers start to come in and try to gain success off of them stealing the shine. Oh, no. I'm about originality for the most part. I'm, as original as you can be. I don't believe in copying off anyone. If you take something from someone, you have to give them that respect. So this is the day and age we live in now. Niggas who steal from you and disrespect you. Everybody think they 50. You know what I'm saying? So they'll steal from you and then they'll disrespect you. And that's bananas. And that's another reason why a lot of rappers, go the way that they do. Because, God can't support that type of shit. What you think? Don't you think it should be a one-man show? I don't know what you mean. I think I'm confusing what you're saying, to be honest with you. I don't think I understand what you're saying. And I like Mike when he was with the Jacksons. They got some good songs. I remember they had a tour. Remember the Jackson tour they had? What they called that tour? I think they had what they called that tour. He went on the tour with his brothers or some shit like that. They did. You could see Michael Jackson just be so pissed when he be working with other performers and they ain't up to snuff. You could just look at his face. That nigga be so pissed. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Probably go practice some elocution. Everybody, just so I'm gonna let y'all go. We done. I think that's it. What else we got to talk about? If y'all want to keep talking, we'll keep talking. Anything else y'all want to talk about? If not, I'm about to let y'all go. Anything else y'all want to talk about? We only got 29 people in here today. It's not that many people right now. Anything else y'all want to talk about? All right, I guess not. Everybody, just have a good night. If you got anybody still awake in your household, give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here. Also, whenever you're helping somebody else be the best them that they could be in that moment, you being the best you that you could be. So go out there and be great. And don't forget, before we go to bed and after we wake up, a glass of water. That's the best time to drink water. Drinking water before you go to bed is going to allow for you to be able to wake up better, healthier, feeling better. Drinking water when you wake up helps to flush everything that was in your system out your system. So we want to drink a glass of water, I guess about 8 ounces, before bed and after we wake up. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got on this one. I'm out.